Thanks, Dylan. It means the world. Welcome, friends, family, and loved ones. We gather here today to celebrate the wedding of Jack and Dulcie. You've come here to share in this formal commitment they make to one another, to offer your love and support to this union, and to allow Jack and Dulcie to start their married life together, surrounded by the people dearest and most important to them. So welcome to one and all who have travelled far and from near. Jack and Dulcie, thank you for your presence here today, and now ask for your blessing, encouragement, and lifelong support for their decision to be wed. Marriage is perhaps the greatest and most challenging adventure of human relationships. No ceremony can create a marriage, only you can do that, through love and patience, talking and listening, helping and supporting, dedication and perseverance, tenderness and laughter. Through learning to forgive, learning to appreciate your differences, and by learning to make the important things matter, and to not let go of the rest. What this ceremony can do is to witness and affirm the choice you make to stand together as lifelong partners. I am duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. Before you are joined in marriage in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life. Jack, will you, Jack William Merchant, take Dulcie to be your wife?
I will.
Dulcie, will you, Dulcie May Washington, great name, take Jack to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I will.
Woo! In the spirit of importance of strong friendships to a marriage, Jack and Dulcie have asked two friends to read selections about love that especially resonate with them. The first reading is read by Dulcie's son, Jeffrey, followed by the second reading, which will be read by Jack's daughter, Linda. Jeffrey will be reading the Corinthians, verse 3, Proverbs 4 to 12.
Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never dies. As for the prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part, but when the perfect comes, the partial will pass away. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I gave up childish ways. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I have been fully known.
Now I'd like to invite Jack's daughter Linda to read Psalm 121.
I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore.
Thank you, Linda. Now I'd like to do the asking. Do you, Jack, present yourself here today to be joined in marriage with Dulcie, promising to be faithful and honest with her as long as you both may live?
I do.
Do you, Dulcie, present yourself here today to be joined in marriage with Jack, promising to be faithful and honest with him, as long as you both may live? I do.
I do.
We've come to the point of your ceremony where you're going to say your vows to one another. But before you do that, I ask you to remember that love, which is rooted in faith, trust, and acceptance, will be the foundation of an abiding and deepening relationship. No other ties are more tender, no other vows more sacred than those you now assume. If you're able to keep the vows you take here today, not because of any religious or civic law, but out of desire to love and to be loved by another person fully, without limitation, then your life will have joy and you will have established a place in which you both will find the direction for your growth, freedom, and your responsibility. Please now read the vows you have written for one another. Jack?
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Jack William Merchant, take thee, Dulcie May Washington, to be my lawful wedded wife.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Dulcie May Washington, take thee, Jack William Merchant, to be my lawful wedded husband.
Woo! Now, may I please have the rings, Jeffrey? Thank you. Jack, you take this ring, and I would ask you to please repeat after me as you put the ring on Dulcie's finger. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a daily reminder of my love for you.
as a daily reminder of my love for you.
Dulcie, I'm going to get the rings for you off Linda. You take the rings. I'm going to ask you to repeat the words after me as you put the ring on Jack's finger. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a daily reminder of my love for you.
as a daily reminder of my love for you.
Woo!
Yeah!
By the power of your love and commitment and the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss each other. Woo!
There's no one more for me to marry. All we can do is this spicy one.
It's not over.
I now invite the witnesses who will be Paul Stephen Merchant and Amanda Elizabeth Washington forward to sign the wedding certificates. Please just give us a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to step aside to sign the wedding certificates and we'll be back shortly.
Sorry, I thought that was over.
Actually,
Actually,
we need to do like a fake in front of the camera. To do like a fake wedding signature.
And we're witnessing, right?
So, please sign here. Yeah.
Shouldn't have written that down, sorry.
Please sign here. Jack, you need to sign first.
I've never done this before.
Dulcie and Gabbana. Thank you.
I actually did sign it. Apologies.
Yeah, I was going to.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, on behalf of the Victorian Marriage Registry and the couple, Jack and Dulcie, I'd like to thank you both and everyone for coming here today to celebrate with the lovely married couple on their wedding day and just for making it so special. Congratulations again to Jack and Dulcie.
Yeah! Woo! Jack and Dulcie.
Dulcie.
I don't know why, I just this speech, I was like,